Thank you very much for inviting me. My point of view is the point of view of people who has print impaired disabilities. The right of read any kind of publication for print disability is really very important because it's the way they can be involved in the society. This is a right that is nowadays recognized, but there are some issues still arising. The legal framework, I think, is set up because with the Marrakesh Treaty and the European Accessibility Act that is now under discussion, I think we have all what is needed from the legal point of view. Regarding the stakeholder, in the last few years, it has been a lot of work done together among all the organizations that are involved in the area of publishing, but also with the collaboration of the organization who represent print disability people. The LIA is one example because we started as a project financed by the Ministry of Culture in Italy. And after the project was completed, we became a no-profit foundation, and the no-profit foundation was created by the Italian Public Association, but recently the Italian Blind and Visually Impaired Union became one of the main members. So I think we are quite an exceptional situation because it's an organization that is managed by both the more relevant stakeholders. Our goal is to improve the access to digital content and digital publication. That means not only the book published by the real publisher, but what is published in general in digital format by everybody. Could be an organization, could be a museum, could be a library, could be anybody who publish books, because the process and the kind of format that are used are the same for everybody. Helping to include accessibility since the beginning of the first publication. The concept is known among the stakeholders, and the concept of born accessible publication. That means that when you produce content in the traditional process, where you publish at the end maybe a paper book, then you are able to include all the features that are required by the visually impaired people. All the discussion has been done in this year in collaboration with them. This is really very important because otherwise the quantity of titles that will be published in an accessible version will remain very, very low. Because to create an accessible version after the production process is costly and time-consuming. While our goal is that the visually impaired people can read the same book, choosing among the same catalog at the same time as any other reader. So without any difference with the other people, and using the same technology and the same reading solution. The accessible concept has been defined by us in collaboration with other organizations like DESI Consortium, IDPF, ABC Consortium for WIPO, and many other stakeholders. There is also an important fact in the in industry, because we have collectively defined some standard either for the format of the file, and we have one format that is a EPUB standard that has been defined, including since the beginning of the definition all the specifications that are needed for visually impaired people. And also we have a specific standard that allow people who produce the book also to provide to the end user all the information related to the feature of accessibility that are included in the file, either in the distribution channel, that means the online retailer, or for the search engine discoverability. So I think that we have more or less what is needed to have a changing in the ecosystem. But there are some issues that are not solved yet. in particular, the production tool that are normally used by the people who create the books or the publication don't include yet any specific feature to help the people producing them to include accessibility in the workflow. And this is a big issue, especially because create accessible content require knowledge, require very specific technical skill, and especially for small, medium-sized organization, this will be complicated, this will be costly, and probably it will happen, but it will be needed a long time. So I think this is an area where a lot of collaboration is required. And the other area is the area of reading solution. We are working on a project where a lot of people test all the reading solution internationally, and the results are available on a website. If you want, then I can give you the details. And if you look at that, the reading solutions that are really accessible are very few, and the accessibility in general of the reading solution is really, really very low. And this is another issue, because if you want to read the same book as anybody else, you need to have also accessible reading solution. So I strongly suggest that you get involved in this and try to support the changing in area of research, of innovation, and development of new tools in this area. And so if you help this, I think you will be able to make accessibility a reality and not a wish. Thank you.